is a nice patient, 46 years of age, lives just 15 minutes from here. And so she has what is a MRI proven rupture of the right breast implant and an intact left implant. She had her one and only silicone, what is below the muscle, in 2011. So 2011 silicone below the muscle. Now as you can see, I cut out the excess skin to help with the contouring. And as you will see right here, this is that cartilage part of the rib. And as I was dissecting right over, this is the part that was stuck super adherent. And so as soon as this occurred, I was able to plug this in. And you will see none of the silicone spilled into the chest. No need for drains. And as you will see, the other thing I want to highlight here is if I lift this up, this is the whole dissection that was done. Now if you look at this, this is Dr. Almar, if you don't mind, you can continue, if you don't mind that headlines. So if you look over here, this is very thin, ultra thin capsule, thin capsule, all the way dissected around, very nicely, very definitively, completely, and all the way around. I leave the hardest part, which is right on top of the rib, as the last part. And then as I'm dissecting, I'm able to plug this hole in, so you can see how it's like stuck right here, right, and how this is stuck. And so none of this spilled into the chest. The other thing I want you to notice is that look at the size of this implant on the left side, how nice and round and contained, and this one's kind of more spread out. So, and as you will see right here, everything contained, none of the silicone spilled into the chest. And now I'm going to go ahead and enter right here, and you will see what is a ruptured implant. Other thing I want to highlight is, as I was dissecting, you could see the suture, what appears to be nylon suture that was used to hold the reconstruction, and none of this, as you will see, spilled into the chest. And this is, as the MRI said, a very much ruptured implant. And there you go. This is supposed to be the nicer, better, safer gummy bear implant. And look at the way how this is disintegrated, right? And the other thing, again, if I may highlight, see how thin this capsular tissue is? This is where millimeter by millimeter. Look at some areas that are very thick. Some areas are so thin, you can see my glove right underneath. But none of this spilled into the chest. No need for drains, no need for the lift given her situation. And as you will see, complete removal of the entire implant capsule, all inflamed tissue except for that very small end at the very end, and very nicely plugged. So there you have it. Now let's go ahead and look at this implant right here. So you have to go in thinking all implants are ruptured, and literally you can see this is disintegrated, right? And I'm going to try to lift this up on the back. And you can see there's nothing cohesive. I don't think you want to drive an F-150 over this to show that it will not rupture, because it is ruptured. So I cannot even make sense as to what size it is. And I'm going to just, and this goes to showing you that implants are not lifetime devices. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove my top sterile glove, and I have another sterile glove underneath. So left side I cut out a lot of skin to help with the contouring. The implant had literally indeed very much bottomed out. You can see how thin the capsular tissue is. As I go in, you will be able to appreciate this left implant from the right. And this is, like, I would say, in brand new condition 14 years later. And again, if I may take the ruler and put it underneath, you see how thin the capsule is. No matter how thin the capsule, it has to go. And as I remove this, the other thing I want to show here is, look, there's some fluid in the back. Look at this. This is the leaching of the silicone that occurs from day one, like Dr. Henry Dackman says. And I agree with him, because they're leaching. And so this is what is suggestive of a, there's always a print in the back. I cannot make out what make or model it is. There we go. This is, So it's written in the fine print 400 cc's. And I'm going to assume this is also 400. This is in brand new condition. Look at the color difference. Look at the way how this is disintegrated. If we leave this implant on the left side for another year, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, God knows, maybe 10 years, it will become like this because they're not lifetime devices. Why this done ruptured, we do not know. And so this goes to showing you, you never know which one is going to rupture. So there you have it. I did a set of implants just recently, yesterday. 1991, the right one was very much intact, and the left one was ruptured. So you never know what you're going to find. Per guidelines, let's say, if you look at Mentor, they tell you get an MRI at year 3, and then every 2 years they're onward from the manufacturer, right? So the implants will be returned to the patient, capsules to be sent to pathology, rule out that rare BIAL, CD30 analysis, rule out lymphoma, rule out malignancy, rule out any abnormal pathology, cultures for aerobic, anaerobic, and fungal. Yes, this was not a true end block, but guess what? It was covered and appropriately dissected. 100% total capsulectomy was performed. It was appropriately plugged. None of the silicone spilled into the chest. All of it was contained except for that 1%, if you will, at the tail end of the procedure. All of the bad tissue implant capsule was removed as one system, and the patient did not get grains. That in itself is evidence that all the badness was removed. And then we'll see, most importantly, how the patient does post-op. Only good, healthy, viable tissue remaining behind. Bad tissue has been removed. This is Dr. Khan, Executive Plastic Surgery.
The end of this one flips.
What is it again? That one finished. This cut off.
Yeah, like, and it like flipped towards